So let us pray. So Father, in Jesus' name, we thank you so much. We love you so much. I thank you for every person under the sound of my voice. I thank you for massive increase in favor in every area of their lives. And I thank you that as you delight in our prosperity, I thank you that we continue to keep you first in everything that we do. I thank you for a rank skipping anointing. I thank you for just continual insight as we continue to grow and develop. I thank you for strategies for growth. We love you and we thank you for just our leaders as a whole and every leader connected to us. And we thank you that all their needs, wants, and desires are manifested. Even now, in Jesus' name, we pray and we thank you. Amen. Okay, so hey, everybody. Welcome to the call. Thanks for jumping on here. Just getting myself together. I didn't think Dr. Jewel was going to throw me on here at the very beginning. But anyway, we are going to be talking about a couple of things from a business standpoint. And last night in the team app, I put out the question of what would be those things that you would like for me to cover, like for me to talk about, or those areas, you know, of uncertainty or clarity. So pretty much the only thing I saw was like placement, strategy, understanding the dashboard, volume and legs, stuff like that. So those are the things that I'm going to take some time to talk about today. Now, for those of you who are on here who happen to miss that message, if you want to post a couple of things in the chat, I'll try to answer as many as I can. My goal always is to be as efficient and effective as possible, but to also be very short. So I don't like to be long-winded, but I like to get in there, get the point, make sure you understand, and to, you know, keep it moving. So anyway, I'm going to share my iPad screen actually. And if you all have any particular questions, please go ahead and post those in the chat of things that you would like for me to talk about or touch on. I'll be paying attention to the chat as well, but give me a second to share my iPad screen. Okay, can y'all see my screen? Put a 1 if you can. Okay, I see Dr. Domac shaking her head, so thank you for that. All right, so as I mentioned, these were really the topics that people brought up that were a point of interest or conversation, okay? And so I did also see someone ask me, and I answered it offline, but I will mention it as well, receiving commission. And they were asking me the best ways to go about receiving commission. So I'll briefly touch on that. And then also, yeah, I think that's it. So receiving commission is pretty much the easiest thing. So to make sure that you understand what that is right there, basically, once you become an IBO, I encourage you, as soon as you upgrade to IBO, go ahead and select the method that you want to receive your payments or your commission. It's 3 different ways. You have Bitcoin, you have Pay Quicker, and you have Skrill. Okay, so this is extremely important. Skrill is pretty good. However, Skrill has these different limits and withdrawal things and stuff like that. So that's why I discontinued using Skrill. Bitcoin is good. However, if you choose to receive payment via Bitcoin and payments go out on Friday, you may not receive that Bitcoin for 3 to 4 days. Pay Quicker is the best option. That's what I recommend, because not only with Pay Quicker do you get a debit card, okay? So you get a debit card. So as soon as your money hits Pay Quicker on Friday, you can withdraw money with your debit card, but also you can do ACH or wire to your bank. So I normally do ACH and wire to my bank. So on Friday, when the money hits, I request a withdrawal to my bank, and it's normally there by Tuesday. If there's a holiday on Monday, then it'll show up normally on Wednesday. So that's kind of my thought process where that's concerned. So that's something good to make sure that your team knows. So as soon as you have somebody say they upgrade to IBO, immediately have them go select that. And here's another reason why. Let me give you this example. So our commission week runs from a Tuesday to a Monday. So for example, the last Tuesday to Monday run was June 2nd through June 8th, okay? So this date right here plays an important role in what your rank will be for your next pay period on the 19th. Now, if you actually, let's just say you see that you just ranked and you are Platinum 600. What happens is, if you, how can I explain it to be clear? So let's just say anytime between now and the 19th, as long as you do that, what's gonna happen is on the 19th, you will get an email. So it's important to pay attention to your email. You're gonna get an email that says, I am just sent $150 to pay quicker, set up your account. You'll have a link that you have to go through to set up your account, okay? So we get messages from people like, man, I haven't got paid in this number of weeks or that. If you run into somebody with that issue, before you call Dr. Jewel or anybody, have them go in their back office to see what payout selection they have. You know, I've had people who selected Bitcoin, thought they changed it, never did. So they're like, I ain't getting commission, but all their payments had gone to their Bitcoin wallet. And so they were there, okay? Or I've had people who accidentally select credit wallet. Do not select credit wallet unless you're really trying to take advantage of the credit wallet. And I will add that to my list to explain, okay? So do not select credit wallet unless you're okay with not getting that money back. Because once money goes into the credit wallet, it cannot leave to be put in your bank account. It has to be spent within the company. That's the only way that money is coming out of credit wallet, is if it's spent within the company. And I might try to show y'all that too. Credit wallet is a great tool. So let's talk about this real quick. I got some, now that I had some stuff pop up. Let me skip some screens because I got some stuff. All right, let's talk about this. I just got this, enrollments, okay? And we briefly touched on this before. So you have people that pay with credit or debit cards, okay? Remember, Wells Fargo is a no-no. Cannot use Wells Fargo debit or credit cards. The workaround to that is you can either use, the name of it left me. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Hey, Camille, it's Sacagawea. Are you talking about Maxi Cash?
Thank you. Yes. Thank you. Maxi Cash. I appreciate that. So if they have Wells Fargo, use Maxi Cash. And that, do your due diligence as someone signing up. Go ahead and let people know up front. The company currently cannot process Wells Fargo debit cards. So please, if you have that, use Maxi Cash. Depending on their package, it could be a $10 to $20 transaction fee. Okay, so just make sure that you make note of that. So the stuff I'm kind of talking about is kind of giving you that due diligence on the front end as you're bringing people in, you know, to kind of make sure you're clear. So they can use debit credit card. They can use Maxi Cash. Now, I will say debit and credit card and ACH, those are the only auto payments, okay? But I personally do not recommend ACH because, remember this, to and free, you are not eligible for with ACH, okay? Any person who is interested in getting that to and free cannot be on ACH. Make sure you make note of that. So if people come back saying I'm using ACH or I'm doing XYZ. Now, credit wallet. Randy Webb really put me on to this. So basically what you can do, you can designate a certain amount of money from every check to go to the credit wallet. Some people are like, well, why would I use the credit wallet if I can't get that money back? Let's just say somebody having an issue getting signed up. They don't want to pay the Maxi cash fee and they're like, I'll get a new bank account, they can cash app you or send you money, and you can actually sign them up using the money in your credit wallet. So that's another way you can get somebody jump started, because at the end of the day, you just want to make sure you get the person in the system and be able to figure out the logistical things after the fact, okay? So there are also other ways that you can actually pay, but these are the main ones that I recommend. Skrill, someone asked about Skrill. You can utilize Skrill as well, but as I mentioned before, they got all these different limits and all this verification and stuff you have to go through, that I just prefer to not even have to have that headache. So Maxi Cash doesn't require you set up an account. ACH, credit card, debit card are straightforward, and credit wallet is within your already verified IM account. So it just makes it easier and faster using these ways. But you can definitely use any other ways that you feel is suitable for you and, you know, what you're trying to accomplish. But I did want to just kind of give these nuggets here so that you can have a clear understanding of that. So then dashboard explanation. So we'll touch on that really, really quick. So I took a screenshot of a dashboard just for you to be able to kind of see. I hope the person who asked this question is on here, but if not, of course, this is recorded, so we'll be able to go back to it. Yep, she's on. All right, cool. So basically with the dashboard, it's a couple of things that I want to go over. And this is for you. I encourage you to look at your dashboard every day and look at your rank report every day, okay? So basically with your dashboard, this number right here, okay, is your personal retail sales volume. This is how many customers, like just straight customers, are in your organization. Okay. Well, actually, personal sales volume, personal retail sales volume. It looked like they may have a error to me, because I know that there are builders here. Because normally personal sales volume is your IBOs that have a package, and then the personal retail sales volume is your customers. Okay, so that's basically what that means. So that's just telling you how many people are within that organizational space. Now when it comes over to your statistics, it tells you and this is volume. So these are not the number of people, the actual volume, what the total is based off their packages, add-ons, all of that stuff.
Now,
So,
Mel, hey, Mel, real quick too. I think this is, okay, so this should be the number of personal enrollments. But like you said, the question is, does it include other people, builders as well?
it looks like it does, because normally this number right here would be lower, because personal sales volume is supposed to be, well, actually it should be higher, because personal sales volume is IBOs and customers together, but personal retail sales volume is solely customers.
Yeah, we'll ask, let's ask Speed.
Okay, yeah. Okay, and so, because like, as you can see here, it shows you have 850 customers, 106 IBOs, and you can see the difference in the volume based off of which ones they're bringing in. This number right here is extremely important. Remember, you have to have a 55% rule in place for you to rank. 55% of your organization must be customers. So as long as this number is over 55%, you're in a good space with regards to hitting, you know, maintaining your rank and stuff like that. Now, over here under next rank achievement, it tells you your next rank you're pushing for is Chairman 25. There are 295 remaining active members that need to be added. Now, I will say this about this particular rank achievement section. It's looking at the basic math. So for example, For Chairman 25, you need 1,250 people. So based off of this, they're taking the number of people you have minus 1,250 to get 294. But in reality, it may not be that much, or it could be a little different, because remember, there is a 40% rule. Because if you only have 294 remaining, but if all 294 or 200 of them go on your stronger leg, you're still not at rank yet. So that's why I tell people to pay attention to the rank report more than this area right here. I'm not a big fan of it because it's just really doing basic math. So I'm doing the math on my calculator. Okay, so check this out. As I mentioned, you need 1,250 people, right? But if you take minus the 850 IBOs that you see right here, okay? What's that number? 12, 400, that leaves you 400, okay? And then you minus the 100, I mean, that's customers, I'm sorry. And then you minus the 106 customers, that gives you 294. So this right here is just calculating how many more people are needed to get to 1,250. It is not taking into account placement. And so if you give me a second, I'm gonna pull up the rank report so I can show you the difference. So let me just stop share while I shift real quick. So while I'm doing that, any questions on that so far?
Yeah, this is excellent, Mel. Just absolutely excellent stuff. We don't even look at that.
Yeah, I always push people. I'm like, don't look at it because it's not really giving you what you really, really need, you know? So.
Yeah. No, but that's good to be able to pay attention to. And this is why you want to make sure that you are not pushing. Nobody should be signing up as an IBO.
Right.
When they come to business. Everybody should be signing up as a customer, even if they feel like they want to build a team. Because sometimes people, you know, say this, that, and the third, but they don't. So it messes up your volume if they automatically sign up as an IBO. So always make sure when they're signing up A, as a customer. Make sure that they're not using Wells Fargo. Make sure that the credit card that they're using has their exact name that they're signing up with. Because if it doesn't, it's going to be a problem. So if the wife is signing up and she's using her husband's credit card, no, it has to be her credit card. If she said, I don't have nothing in my name, girl, this is a good time to get your own money, child. Go to the bank and open up your card with your name on it, okay? That's real, real important. And then make sure too that even once people are 2 and free, which is great, right before they get ready to sign up that third person, that's when they want to go ahead and upgrade to IBO so they can start getting a personal enrollment bonus. But here's what I say about this. If a person is not serious about getting to Platinum 600, which is where they have 12 people in their organization, I don't know how much I would push them to upgrade to IBO. Because what you don't want is for them to now, because the minute they upgrade to IBO, they now have a monthly fee. Where if they just stay 2 and free, they don't. So if they're not serious about building to Platinum 600, 12 people, putting the time in, following up, you know, it's more than just signing somebody up. So make sure you fill that out because they might need to stay 2 and free.
Awesome. Okay, so let me reshare my screen real quick. So I'm gonna kind of be flopping back and forth between 2 spaces. Angela asked the question, what happens if someone accidentally signs up as an IBO? They can just choose to downgrade, which will go into effect their next enrollment period. Yeah.
Hey, I have a quick question. Something Dr. Jewel just said that I wanted to touch on. And she mentioned about upgrading the IBO once they have 12. And I've heard that through the grapevines before, but how does that work if they've enrolled 12 personal people? Wouldn't they have 12 separate legs? Maybe she will clarify that for me.
What'd you say, Dr. Jewel?
After they enroll their second one, going into their third one, they can upgrade to IBO so they can now start getting personal enrollments, is what I said.
Yeah, and I even recommend enrolling the third person first, because I run into instances where they're finna enroll a third person, they upgrade to IBO, something happens with that person, payment don't go through, they get frustrated, they quit, whatever, and then you've upgraded to IBO and canceled out your 2 and free. So I recommend getting the third and then upgrading. So what Dr. Jewel actually stated was she wouldn't encourage someone to upgrade unless they're really trying to push for Platinum 600. We don't encourage someone right now to stay at a customer till they get to 600, because you're going to have 12 legs right now. We've been kind of going back and forth with corporate trying to see if they could just structure in one power leg or something like that, because whether they're 12 across or 12 on one leg, if they enrolled all those people, they would still be a 600. But then once they upgrade, now it's about building out your other 2 legs to push to 1,000. So as of now, yeah, if they wait, they're gonna have 12 legs, and they're just gonna have 12 legs. So yeah, it's nothing that will be able to be done about that. The only other way that you could strategically do it is enroll 3 people, and you bring in 3 people that are that you can help get 3 people. Okay, so what happens is, if Dr. Jewel enrolled myself and Sean and Angela, and Sean, myself, and Angela go and get our own 3 customers, even, we now got ourselves in position. Now that person's a 600. So what happens is, if you duplicate it that way, you don't have to upgrade until you get to 600, because you structured it, you preset it properly. But if you're the one bringing all the people in, then once you get to your 3, I would say, even if you wanted to stay a 150 till you bringing in your 4th, where a placement is required, get your 3 and still sit at free, and then once placement is required by you, then upgrade at that point. So those workarounds.
That makes perfect sense. Last question, because I've also seen this as well, but I don't know how accurate it is. I've seen someone state that they've upgraded to IBO and have had a team, but if they derank, that they can not be IBO anymore, so that way they can have their 2 and free again. Like, is it possible to downgrade from IBO and go back to 2 and free if you were to derank?
Now, you can definitely downgrade, but it does not automatically qualify you for 2 and free. So what'll happen, you can get 2 and free back, but it's not immediate. So like, let's just say, for example, let's just say your due date is, what's today, the 10th? So let's just say your due date is the 12th, okay, this Friday. And you are scheduled to downgrade to customer on your renewal date on Friday. Now, you already have like 5 or 6 customers in place. You're still responsible for paying on Friday. Your 2 and free will come back into effect after you've made a payment as a customer. So I hope that makes sense. So anybody can downgrade, but it's not immediate. So if you accidentally upgrade to IBO and you downgrade, like, it's canceled out until you made another payment as a customer. And then the cycle will start back again. Okay. Let me see. I think I saw some other questions.
Okay. I have a question too.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So if your date to renew is on the 12th, like you were just saying, we're just going to keep it at the 12th. And say you got 3 people already, and you're not ready quite yet to do your, to go to your IBO status. Can you wait until after that due date and then go to your IBO status?
Yeah, and you'll be free for 30 days.
Yeah, okay.
All righty, let me see.
That's good to know.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because once you customer and this come through and you're free, just know that coming up the next payment, you're going to be paying it as an IBO. So yeah. Let me see.
I had a question, and this is Sherry.
Okay.
I been enrolled about 3 weeks. Last week I made IBO. I pressed quicker pay, pay quicker, and every time I did, it just kicked me back out. It wouldn't take and I did it again this week, and I did it even yesterday. And it's not functioning on my back office for me to even get paid. And I got money to pay because I look back in my ranks.
So let me ask you this. When you go back to that place to look to pay, is Pay Quicker already selected or nothing selected?
I selected. I've selected it a dozen times, and every time I do, and I push save, and it says that, you know, that, are you sure? I'm said yes, okay, and then still no email, nothing.
What date did you do it the first time?
Last week, I want to say maybe Wednesday, Thursday.
Okay, so what's gonna happen since you just did it last week? Those emails and stuff don't go out till they process commission to pay on Fridays. Okay, so if you did it last week, Wednesday, you're now part of the new cycle that just ended on Monday. Okay, so on Fridays when they process, so like let's just say, I don't know the dates that you started receiving pay or whatever. Since I can't see, I'm just giving you, because I just talked about this with one of my friends. She actually selected Pay Quicker on the 27th. So by her selecting Pay Quicker on the 27th, this coming Friday is when they process her commissions that she will get the email. So if you did it this past Wednesday, like last week, you probably won't receive an email till 2 Fridays from now, like not this Friday, but next Friday, when they actually process commissions for that week. Because that's the week you fill in. I hope that makes sense. So if you don't get anything by next Friday, let us know.
Yes, my only concern is every time I put it in, it still was not selected. So if it's not selected, how can they even get to realize that I am putting in Pay Quicker?
You may want to send an email to support at iMarkets Live then if it's not selecting, because I haven't had anybody run into that issue. But send an email to support at iMarkets Live and just let them know you're trying to select your commission option is not taking. And then if you give them 2 to 3 business days. If you do not get a response within 2 to 3 business days, then at that point, reach out to your sponsor or chairman, Dr. Jewel, or whoever's connected with her to, get the information to her so she can send it to a VIP contact to push it through. But with the process, we have to get you to at least send the email first, and I will send it through support in your back office actually. So it'll price it better.
Thank you. Yeah, I've sent them 3 or 4 in emails, so I'm still waiting for a response. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Hey, Camille.
Doing a great job.
Hold on, Larry. If you have any support tickets with some dates that are longer than 24 hours, 48 to 72 hours, then send that over to us and we can have it looked at.
Okay. Thank you.
Got a question.
Okay.
If you got money in your credit wallet, can you sign up somebody with that money in the credit wallet? And if so, how do you do it?
Yeah, so basically what happens is when you go into your credit wallet, let me see if I can show you. Hold on one second. You're technically, like signing that person up.
Right.
You wouldn't send them a link. You would actually be signing the person up. So if you have money in your credit wallet, let me share my screen real quick. So in my back office, I don't have nothing in my credit wallet, but if you want to use the money in your credit wallet, you just click create new user.
Okay.
And once you click create new user, you hit continue, and then you select the membership details of how you signing them up, name, email, phone, username, password, confirm, continue, and that signs them up.
Okay, so I don't have to send them a link. I just sign them up myself, right? With their information. Okay. Because I got somebody overseas that's getting ready to sign up, and I want to use his credit wallet fund to do that.
Yep. So That's what you would do.
All right, dear. Thank you, Camille.
Absolutely, you're welcome. All right, so let me jump back over to my whiteboard.
Okay, I want to ask this real quick though. If you switch back to customer, do they keep your IBO fee?
No, because you're not an IBO no more. You don't get the fee back, but when you renew, you're not charged it anymore because you're not an IBO.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so bear with me 2 seconds.
They're getting it, Mill.
Okay, let me see. Okay, so let me reshare to kind of go back to what we were just talking about before with regard, so I can show you the difference between utilizing, let me see. So I can show you the difference between, so remember I showed you this, the 294. So based off of the dashboard, it's saying you need 294. But when you come here on your rank report, so this is where I recommend you look each day. So from a rank report standpoint, it's not showing here, but let me pull it up right quick. For Chairman 25, you need 50, 50, 250. So let me write that down. You need, 500, 500, 250. So you need 500, 500, and 250. So I tell people this too, because right now it's this thing going back and forth where you need, well, if you have the elite package, it's giving you more volume and so forth. But I encourage you, don't focus on the package, focus on the people, and it'll push you where you need to be. So I'm just an avid advocate for that. So if you look at this right here, if you look at your leg number 1 requires 500. You've already hit that, so you're good there. Leg number 2 requires 500. Okay, you're not there yet. The difference between 500 and 378 is, what is that? 182. So you need 182 in this leg to get it to the 500 that you need for Chairman 25. And then
132, right?
Huh?
I think it's 132.
Yeah, probably. It's definitely 122 though.
120. Okay.
Definitely 122. Okay. And then for the third leg, where it says you need 250, you're not there yet. So you actually need 133. Okay. So you need 133. So basically 122 on one leg and 133 in another leg, that is a total of what? 255 that you need in the leg. Now, sometimes it matches up, sometimes it don't. But like, as you can see here, it say you need 294, but you really don't. For you to get to the numbers that's needed, you need 122 on one leg and 133 in the other. So that is the reason why I say, push that way. Am I doing my math right? Let me pull my calculator. Just to confirm. Mine is.
But this is good. Pay attention to the placement tree, express calculator, and then the little blue sheet to let you know where you are, where your rank is concerned. Because at the end of the day, guys, and I've learned this, you need to know, I need to know exactly where you are. It's cool to ask your upline and stuff like that, but you need to know this for yourself, for real. It's like not knowing what's in your bank account because you got an accountant to manage it. You better know it yourself.
And honestly, I encourage each of you to do this basic math like this, because I still help my team out, but unfortunately, the company does not give me your subscriber numbers. They only give me volume. So when I give my team numbers, I'm doing volume math versus the number of people math. And so sometimes my numbers are not as accurate as they could be because you got different packages that come into play with that volume and so forth. But like I said, I like to push people to these numbers, because if you just go with the volume, because for example, for for example, if let's just say Chairman 10, you need 29,000 in volume. If you get all elite packages from a volume standpoint, that's only like 300 and something people. But it's not lined up with the compensation plan right now. It's like a glitch, if you will, or, you know, but in order to make sure our compensation plan and things are sustainable, I believe those updates and changes are getting ready to come down the pipe. So that's why I say let those things line up, and once you hit the rank, you hit it, but you're still pushing for these numbers below. So as long as you focus on those numbers, you don't have to deal with all the math of all that volume, like needing 1.2 million in volume for, you know, Chairman 250 or whatever the case may be, whereas you can just do the math here. Oh, up here it says I need 1,000 and I got XYZ. So that's why this part is very important. And I definitely encourage each of you to make sure that you look at this every day. Like, I know when my numbers change and they go up and go down. I can't show you on my iPad right now, but I have, like, because it's in my notebook actually. I have every day I write down leg 1, leg 2, leg 3. I go on at the same time every day to write it down so I can see what went up, what went down. So then I can go in and do some research to figure out why did this go up or why did this go down. Someone said, not sure if someone asked this question. If someone joins today, when is their cutoff for 2 and free? At least 2 days before their due date. And then just keep in mind too, that the company's is not on 30-day rolling. It's every 28 days. So your monthly subscription date is different every month. So it's extremely important to pay attention to that in the back office. And it's also extremely important to know that our servers are in Great Britain. So here in Tennessee, at 7 o'clock every night, 8 o'clock Eastern, it's now a new day in Great Britain. Okay, so here's another nugget. Dr. Jules, should I talk about that zeroing out thing, or you think?
No, I think it's confusing.
All right, cool. So just know that if my due date, let's just say my due date is tomorrow, June 11th, by tonight, they're trying to process my payment, even though it's the 10th, because it's already June 11th in the UK. So that's just something to keep in mind too. So yeah, 2 days before their due date. And you can see in their back office or have them tell you what their due date is or whatever, or when they sign up. So if they sign up today, like if somebody signs up tonight, like if you enroll somebody tonight at 8 o'clock, their enrollment date is gonna show June 11th because it is June 11th in Great Britain. Okay. So let's see. I just got a text that actually happened was that I started on 5/14 and they debited my account on 6/9. I would probably reach out. Let me see. I'm just looking at something real quick. Okay. Yeah, Miss Angela, give me a second on your question. One second. Yeah, that was 26 days roughly. Okay, so look at hers too, Miss Angela, and confirm in your back office it says the due date or the enrollment date was 5/14 or was it 5/15? Because like I mentioned, I'm gonna remember signing up on 5/14, but in Great Britain it might have been 5/15. So then that would put it at day 27, which is still off, but we could reach out to corporate, you know, to make sure they're not doing that an error, and then also tell people to make sure as a leader, just go back and, say, hey, it's 28 days. Now that you're in the system, let's go on your back office dashboard to see when your next renewal date is, so that you're both on the same page. And then you can explain to them, okay, so if your renewal date says June the 11th, let's make sure you have your money in there by the 10th, because we are an international processor. The 11th happens in Great Britain before it does here. So just doing that due diligence from that standpoint. Support, the system will automatically qualify you for 2 and free, as long as you have what's necessary for the 2 and free. So remember, with the 2 and free is let me write this down. If you have a HFX pack, a DCX pack, or a 4X pack, which equals $234, your 2 customers can have any package. So that means they can have any of these up here, including Elite. Okay? Now, if you have a Elite package, your 2 customers have to have an Elite package. Okay? They have to have an Elite in order for you to be free. So what happens is, once you qualify for the 2 and free, it'll show up at your renewal date. At your renewal date, as long as you've met the requirements, then you'll be free. If you recruit someone, however, you don't place them, then it creates a 4th leg. It does still include in your volume. If you have a 4th leg, that volume still is included. You can actually build this team or this organization with 50 legs across if you wanted to. It's just easier to manage and work in conjunction with the compensation plan by having 3 legs. So I've had people who misplacing people and so forth, and may have 6 or 7 legs, but within those other legs, what we did was we easily identified out of those 6 legs, which 3 legs has leaders in it that actually want to build. Those were our focal point legs. And if these people just want to be customers, we just make sure that the customers are actually, happy and plugged in and doing what's necessary. So those legs were extra, but it still counts. Maxi Cash is not a recurring payment situation. You're welcome, Lewis. Someone asked a question privately about, when paying with Maxi Cash, does it prohibit you from recurring payments? Yeah, it's not a recurring payment. You have to go in and do your payment every week, every month. So if you enroll 3 customers and decide to become an IBO, you would not receive that $150 because it goes towards your monthly payment. You'll only have to pay the $16. No, the money comes to you. So it's up to you to make your payment still, but you're able to take that $150 to put it towards your monthly membership. So that's how that goes. That money still comes to you every month, and it's up to you to use it to make your payment. But in reality, because I know it's $174 a month, so that extra $24 will be coming out of your pocket. The rest is like money from, building. So let me see. I got time for maybe 1 or 2 more questions. I didn't get a chance to get into the other stuff, but we kind of winded down on time, so I have to come back to the other stuff later. Let me see. If you had 3 customers and 1 cancel and you roll a new customer, does it consider? It just depends on how you decide. I mean, it's kind of like 4 legs, but as I mentioned, the system focuses on your 3 biggest legs. So if you have 4 people in and one of them is 0 volume, then they're not going to be on this Placement Express calculator. So if you're like OCD or anal, like some people, you can take that person you just enrolled and place it under the leg that's 0, so you can still keep a 3-leg structure, just in case that person decides to come back later or whatever the case. Or you can just still leave it as 4 legs, and then that other leg doesn't matter. So yeah. But yeah, let me see. Okay, so no more questions are coming through. You welcome, Suzanne. Absolutely. Yay, Sacagawea. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, let me just scroll back right quick to see. So this stuff was kind of what I mentioned. This is the volume. This can get a lot, like I mentioned, where you're trying to calculate volume. So that's why I recommend focusing on the volume that you need, or the number of people. So you can, screenshot this, or just screenshot the one from your back office to help you see, how many people you need per leg. One of the things that I will recommend for the person that is building, and I'm gonna do this real quick, Dr. Jewel, I'm gonna be done in like 3 minutes. Okay. So let's do this. So let's just say this is you. Okay. And right here, you just enrolled 3 customers. Okay. So you got customer. Okay. So you just enrolled customers, 3 customers. If you choose to upgrade, you are now a P150. If you choose to upgrade. Now, if you don't want to upgrade and you're trying to push yourself to 600, the next goal would be is to help these 3 get customers. So these 3 are their customers, okay? Now, what happens is this. Once this happens and you upgrade, you are now instead of a 150, you're now a platinum 600. Now, here's the thing to pay attention to. If these 3 people are cool and decide to go ahead and upgrade to 150, remember, anytime a customer upgrades to an IBO, they are now a subscriber for you. They're not a customer. In order for you to be a platinum 600, it's important that you have a minimum of 3 customers at all times. Okay. So what that means is you now have to come back to the plate and enroll some more customers to replace these 3. If they upgrade, you're replacing them. Now, once you enroll them, you're now placing your customers underneath one of their 3 legs. Now, this is what I recommend for a person starting out. Some of us have been in this space long enough to where we cannot actually do this, or you can figure out a place to start. But this is what I personally recommend. Let's just say I just enrolled 10 new people. So I'm gonna identify these by the color blue. So let's just say I just enrolled 10 people. Instead of me trying to put people under all 9 of these legs, I'm gonna take my 10 and I'm gonna divide them up per leg. But what I'm doing is building 1 power leg underneath each, okay? So since I got 10, so I placed those 10 strategically so that I could push myself to the next rank, but I'm also building a power leg for this leader here. So I'm able to talk to this leader. Let's just say this is Sean. And I'm like, okay, Sean, our goal is to get you to platinum 600. You have 5 people in 1 leg. You only need 3 and 3. So you only need 6 people to get to platinum 600. So now I'm working with Sean for him to build out his other legs. Now, if it's your family, or whatever, and you're helping them build out, that's one thing. But if you are, a leader and you're looking to create other leaders or get other leaders to come to the table, you don't want to just build them all the way out. You know what I'm saying? You want to make sure that you create the momentum. So if I know, like, I got some people that's on the ground now, because I'm like, look, you got X number of people under you. If you can just do these things, you're now at this rank, So you strategically place and do that, because it's different if you just give each of these people 1 person. There may not be some inspiration there, but what you're doing is like, okay, for this customer, you've gotten your 3. I just helped you build a power leg. Now let's get to work and get you 3 more people, or whatever the case may be, to get to where you need to do to get to the next rank. And so that's how I recommend building, by stacking, because it increases momentum when a person knows that you place someone underneath them. Okay, so yeah, no, Maxine, the company doesn't make anyone become an IBO. It's totally your choice. So whenever you're ready to upgrade, you will actually log in to upgrade. So, so anyway, that's all that I got. So Dr. Jewel, yeah, that's all that I have for today. So I hope it helped. I don't know.
That was amazing. That was amazing. We can rap, honey. That was great.
Okay, awesome. Well, I'm done. Y'all have a great day.
Bye.
See y'all.